We're creating the first virtual school to train the next generation of America's school leaders. Virginia Commonwealth University, with a grant from the U.S. Department of Education, is replicating the challenges of running a middle school. You're about to see the superintendent welcome you as the interim acting principal.
Thank you for agreeing to take over C.T. Jones Middle School, especially at this time of an emergency situation. Now what we need to do is put together an action plan.
You see problems just like principals face every day. You make choices and you see the immediate, vivid consequences of your choices.
Like other urban districts, the principals in Richmond are retiring and they need to be replaced with high-quality leaders. The simulation tool will allow us to assess those skills with our next generation of school leaders and make sure that our future is secure.
We've replicated on screen a real-life middle school that you can run. For the first time, educators who think they want to be administrators can try running a school. For the first time, employers who want to evaluate candidates can see how they do, running the same realistic and demanding school. For the first time, professors and professional developers can bridge theory and practice.
VCU students and professors like the simulations for the same reasons. They make learning relevant and dynamic.
Here's how we're doing it.
Mr. Marsh is always commenting on how well-behaved my kids are.
The next step, although I don't think you're going to get it.
Everybody knows that this school is going to get taken over.
On screen, the user works through a year in the life of a school principal. On screen, the user sees hundreds of world of practice problems and opportunities. These are things that principals deal with every day, but not all of them are in textbooks or covered by graduate lectures.
The Ed Leadership Department decided to add simulations to our teaching because they're dramatic, they're consistent across students and classes, and because everybody gets the same authentic experience.
We've filmed hundreds of problems, and we give users the choice of hundreds of possible solutions. Consider your earlier conversation with the superintendent. If you choose the correct resources,
Good picks.
the superintendent concludes that you're a good pick for interim principal. But if you choose poorly,
I am going to have to ask Mark Riley, our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, to make C.T. Jones a top priority for monitoring.
bad choices lead to a cascade of unfortunate events. Better choices lead to a more successful school, more trust from the central office, and even a promotion.
I've watched our students being engaged in the coursework and also in the simulation, and it's very interesting to notice that some of them are good at the aspects of running a school and not so good at the coursework, and vice versa. So being able to use the simulation gives us a great perspective on the difference between theory and practice.
The moment you start running this simulated school, you're making hundreds of linked decisions about every dimension of school leadership, creating action plans, completing personnel evaluations, enforcing curriculum decisions. They're all here and they're all waiting for you as the principal.
As the user completes tasks, the simulation algorithm calculates the user's score in the background. This helps us understand the user's strengths as well as their needs. It also helps us to predict patterns, such as whether or not the user is more likely to respond to central office requests over building level needs, or whether the user prefers direct instruction over technology, or whether the user is more comfortable with personal communication over impersonal communication.
VCU is creating a new tool. We're using full motion video to show you a whole year of school-related events, opportunities, and problems. You make the choices, you decide the path your school will take, all in a risk-free virtual environment. The simulation provides a 360-degree analysis. Computer scoring algorithms generate a personal profile of the user's strengths and needs. Not only does the user see a summary profile, the simulation algorithms keep track of elapsed time, the efficiency of the new principal, the relative priorities, which tasks are getting done and not done.
I think the work that VCU and Dale Mann are doing with computer simulations offers a very promising alternative, and it may be the way to proceed in the future.
Simulations like this are a big advance over paper and pencil case studies because they're immersive and they're interactive. They're immersive because the camera takes you down the hallways of a functioning middle school and into scores of classrooms. And they're interactive because you chair the meetings, you write the memos, you do the observations, and you see the consequences. You'll also see how your decisions affect the morale of the faculty, the students, the central office, the parents, everyone involved in your school's success. Simulations can save as much as 85% of training budgets because they can be used anywhere, anytime. Districts don't have to pay for the cost of substitutes, for travel, or lodging. Instead of paying experts to repeat the same presentation over and over again, a simulation can be reused with great fidelity and no marginal cost.
The School of Education at Virginia Commonwealth University is in the leadership business, but seldom in as focused a manner as what Project All is doing with their computer simulations.
Instead of the state training the county, training the central office, training the school, training the teachers, all of which is expensive, a single simulation stabilizes the message and allows educators to learn anywhere, anytime. Or think about how we do employee assessment. Simulations make employee assessment both authentic and fair. With a simulation, every user sees the same material, and it is as simple as clicking a button to understand the relative strengths and needs of each job candidate. That takes the guesswork out of evaluating different candidates for the same job, but all with different backgrounds and different experience. Simulations like this can be applied to professional development, to employee assessment, and to graduate education because they're more effective and much less costly than conventional training. Project All at Virginia Commonwealth University is grateful to all our partners, especially the Richmond Public Schools and the United States Department of Education.